Hey team, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why Vitex is not great for PCOS and PCOS acne. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about Vitex, and Vitex is actually only a herb that I would use very, very sparingly in PCOS. And this is because, so all herbs are really powerful. You can think of herbs kind of as very similar to medication. We take a specific medication for a particular purpose. Like, for example, we don't just take a statin or a blood pressure lowering medication if we've got a headache, right? They're used for that particular purpose. Same thing with herbs. They have very particular roles in the body. And one of Vitex's roles is it raises our ovulatory hormone, luteinizing hormone. Okay, so luteinizing hormone is that, you know, if you look at the graph of the menstrual cycle, you'll see estrogen rising and then falling, and then follicle stimulating hormone, which is the one that grows your baby egg into a large egg. Again, in the first part of your cycle, that's bubbling away and rising and growing that egg. And then luteinizing hormone is the one in the middle that shoots up and then releases that egg into the fallopian tube, ready for if you've got any sperm awaiting there for them to become pregnant. So, but what happens in PCOS is that we already have that spike is already really high in us. And so if we take Vitex, it's just going to make that spike soar way too high, which we don't want, because then our body's like, whoa, this is way out of balance, and therefore we're not going to ovulate. Now, the reason that this is connected with acne is because that luteinizing hormone is generally, the reason that that's high is because your blood sugar or insulin is high. And that's the case for up to 80% of us with PCOS. Okay, and it's insulin that's then acts on your ovaries to overproduce testosterone. And it's testosterone and insulin that work together like a little gang that roam around in your body and get into the oil glands under your skin and cause them to overproduce oil. That then overproduction of oil, as you can imagine, in that little pore you've got there, if it's like pumping out oil, that's going to get blocked, and it's the blockage that then causes the acne. Okay, so instead of using Vitex, what we actually need to do is figure out what your root kind of cause or causes or what's going on in your body and treat that. And so the main thing is actually treating that insulin and getting that down is the best thing that you can do for your PCOS acne. So the other thing too is that if we go and take a herb like Vitex without really knowing why we're doing it, we could then disrupt our ovulation and stop our periods and make things worse. So herbs are one of the things, especially Vitex, that we use only in the exact right cases, and it's best to use with someone, kind of talk to someone who knows what they're doing with herbs, because they can be super, super powerful. So the main thing is, just don't take that Vitex. Go ahead and instead read some of those articles, especially the articles about insulin resistance, and start to use some of those treatments that I recommend in there in terms of the diet stuff and the exercise, and even some of the other supplements I mentioned in there as well. So I hope that helps understand why Vitex is not your go-to for PCOS acne.